And we are back, and we just finished watching probably something that's a seminal piece of filmmaking, 1999's The Matrix, rated R, with a runtime of 2 hours and 16 minutes. This comes to us from Lana and Lilly Wachowski. Screenplay credits to both. According to IMDb, when a beautiful stranger leads computer hacker Neo to a forbidden underworld, he discovers the shocking truth. The life he knows is the elaborate deception of an evil cyber intelligence. I'm going to go around the table and get impressions. Olive G, can I start with you? What did you think of The Matrix?
It was good.
Yeah, what'd you like about it?
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of cool fights.
What did you think of the idea of the AI controlling humanity and using us as basically batteries?
I thought that was interesting.
Do you think something like that could happen?
I don't know. Maybe like very, 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 very far into the future.
Yeah, possibly. Who's your favorite character? Do you have a favorite character?
Not really, if I'm being honest.
No? Okay. Did you have a favorite scene?
I guess when he's like figures out like he's the one.
Oh, at the end? Yeah, that's kind of
like,
cool.
He starts dodging bullets.
All right, cool, very cool. Gigi, can I go to you? What did you think of the film?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, did you think you wouldn't? It is from 1999, a bygone era.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I was like especially like mad to watch this film. I don't really like watching things that are over 2 hours, I guess, unless I'm like really excited to see it. I was kind of like whatever to see this movie. It has Keanu in it though. So.
Yes. Points for Keanu Reeves. Did you know anything about the film before you watched it? I'm sure you've seen like memes.
I've seen not really memes. I saw the scene where he's fighting the agent in the subway.
Yes.
No.
Oh.
No, I saw. Were they in the hallway? It's when he finally like realizes his true potential.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
in
towards
the subway,
the end.
I think he's still getting a little beat up, which
Yes.
is frustrating me.
Yes. Nobody wants to see Keanu get hurt.
No.
That guy's
I
a king.
didn't see as much as Olivia, I think, because she kept saying, like, isn't he going to do this? Isn't he going to do this? And it kept annoying me. But I've seen, I think that the hallway scene is the only thing I remember. No, I saw the part where he was naked and he woke up in that weird little pod.
Yeah.
And that scene, like, unnerved me when I was a kid because he gets, like, flushed.
Oh, yeah.
And I was worried that he couldn't breathe when I was younger. And I started thinking of what if that happened to me and I couldn't hold my breath underwater.
Yeah. What did you think of the pod situation? Like I
thought that it looked really cool.
Yeah.
Even though I saw like that bit of that scene when I was younger, I didn't remember much about it. So I didn't know how he was going to get like out of there. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen to him?
Yeah.
I really liked the way it looked.
Yeah, they did some really beautiful world building in this. Like, there's shots in here that are just gorgeous. Like, when he meets Trinity under that bridge.
Oh, yeah, I like
and
that
the
shot
rain.
when they pick him up in the car. Right?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite shots. There's so much going on story-wise, but the look and the feel of the film also transcend. And it's kind of interesting because it's from 99, which is now 26 years away, and yet I feel like the story here is still relevant. I feel like the look of the film is pretty timeless. It's almost like a film noir where it just transcends because the story is so important, right? Did you have a favorite character, G?
Neo.
Yeah. Why'd you like Neo?
Because he was Keanu.
Yes.
I also liked Trinity, though. She was really cool. I liked her hair a lot.
Yeah, her hair was cool. What did you think of the fashions?
I enjoyed how she dressed up.
Yeah.
When they rescue Morpheus, I liked her coat. I think you guys said it was made out of like latex or something.
Yeah.
I liked how shiny she was in that scene.
Yeah. What about you? What'd you think after all these years? I know you've seen it before.
Oh, yeah, I saw this in the theater. I still like it after all this time.
Isn't it nice that it still holds up?
It still holds up. The effects are still good. I think because a lot of it was practical. It's that wire fu where it's like a kung fu movie on wires. Around that time, there seemed to be a lot of that stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it still looks good. The premise is great.
We're closer to that now.
We're closer to that sort of thing
that
with AI and everything. You're asking Olive, could that ever happen? And she's like, very, 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 very far into the future. But for all we know, it already did happen.
Yeah.
And we're all just
in a simulation.
We're all just marinating in our little mucus pod right now with
Ew.
tubes sticking out of us.
Too much description.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was like another thing that was like funny about this movie was it got everybody thinking, and people like actually started having debates about simulation theory and if it's real, are we in a simulation? And even today you have like dumbasses online still saying, oh yeah, don't worry about anything. We're all in a simulation.
What did you think of the messaging? Like, just the themes and the tropes in this. I mean, so we have this artificial intelligence that's basically enslaved humanity and is using humanity almost as like a power source.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we could tie that to so many different things, right? We could tie that to the idea of technology, and is it a good idea? Are establishing these artificial intelligence beings something that could potentially backfire on humanity? There's also this idea of, I guess, how would you, like, maybe escapism, right? Because people live and they don't buck the system. They sort of go with the flow. And so I think a lot of people are like lemmings, right? But some people within the simulation have figured out that something's just not right here. So you have that concept as well. There is a love story. Barely, yes. Mercifully, it's not an important part of the story. I think there's bigger things in the story besides the love story that we don't really focus on. But yeah, so there's a lot going on in the piece, and yet it's still cohesive and works really, really well. What would you say? This is like an action sci-fi? It's very heavy on action.
I say it's more sci-fi than action.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, but I feel like a lot of the sequences are very action heavy. Very action heavy.
They're action sequences, and they are done very well.
Mm-hmm.
They got like some sort of like legendary choreographer from like
Hong
those
Kong
old time kung fu movies. And it came off very well, not to mention all the gunplay. I mean, there's a ton of gunplay.
Yes.
So, yeah, when they do get into the action, you're not going to be disappointed.
Do you have a favorite action sequence in the film?
Probably the subway scene.
The subway, yeah.
Between him and Agent Smith.
Yeah, that's excellent, yeah.
Not only is it a nice action sequence, like in the beginning, like the scene where Neo and Morpheus are training, it still looked a little stiff.
Sure, yes.
But the scene with Smith and Neo, I feel like that one was a little bit smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the stakes are like pretty high. Smith is unstoppable at that point. It doesn't even matter if he gets killed; he'll just pop out of somebody else.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see that. Okay, he's going toe to toe with this guy. Is he going to make it?
Mm-hmm.
And he does pull off some interesting sequences. One of the things I always liked, even back then, was when he like goes for a punch at Smith's throat, and Smith blocks it, and then he just extends his hand and like jams it right into his Adam's apple. And that I always thought was cool.
Yeah.
But then at the end, he gets on the train tracks, and basically Smith gets crushed. But then the train door opens, and there's Smith again.
Yeah.
So Smith was.
It was very reminiscent of like Terminator.
Except like he had no damage. That was the thing that was like even really insidious about the agents was even if you could defeat them, they're just going to reappear.
Yeah, they're going to come
There's
back.
nothing you could do to really stop that until the very end. And even then, which we see in the sequels, is not a permanent solution.
Right. It's interesting. I feel like this film, besides being social commentary, also is an homage to so many other things. I think I mentioned before the sequence under the bridge where Trinity and APOC and Switch grab Neo for the first time. It feels very noir heavy.
Anything, all the like the night scenes and the scenes, especially after they leave the Matrix, then they come back. Everything is filmed in this very noirish style.
Yeah. As far as homage, one of my favorite sequences is when the police are there to trap Trinity. And so that sequence is also very interesting because you have, what did the cops say? She's a little girl or something?
Yeah.
And so you have this female who you don't really know too much about yet. and she is just pulling off some hella crazy moves. And then the sequence of them chasing her over the rooftops was very reminiscent of Vertigo for me. And so it felt like the Wachowskis definitely wore their influences on their sleeves. I think a lot of the film, again, like I was saying, I think there's social commentary. I think it's an action piece. I think there's bits of kind of very dry humor. I think you and I both said in the theater and here watching it at home, the scene where Keanu says, "I know Kung Fu." I think like everyone laughed hysterically the first time I saw that, and I chuckled just on this watch. And so again, I think it's been selected as a film in the film archives, so it's kind of interesting. So this film is going to be preserved for future generations to see what our movies and our storytelling was like. So I think it's a great shout out to the Wachowskis for putting together such an amazing script. Very interesting, very layered, very dynamic storytelling. And then how they paid so much attention to detail that they added all these other things. To your point, the Hong Kong choreographer who did all the choreography for the film, they did the wire fu stuff, and I think they talk about the bullet time, which kind of felt very overused as
well. I mean, that was where it came from.
Around,
that was the place this was the movie that innovated that effect, and then it was pretty much used ad nauseum for at least 5 or 6 years afterwards. That by everybody copying it.
Yes, agreed. So this film not only was influenced by master storytellers, this also became a template for other storytellers to follow. And I think I'm just gonna say that of the 4 films, this is probably the only one worth watching. I think it still holds up even from 1999. The story is strong. The performances are all excellent. I never am bored watching this, whether it was 1999 or 2025. And I think in the years to come, this story will still hold up and still warrant a look, because I think that as we get closer to this unknown AI universe that we're going to share in the future, it'll be interesting to see how the things pan out from our previous storytelling experiences. Anybody have any other commentary they'd like to add?
No? Not really. I mean, the only thing I can think of is you said that there's like a romance plot, but not really.
No,
like I said, we said at the end of the movie, like, oh, it didn't feel earned. I wish that. I'm not saying I wanted to see them like make out or anything, but I feel like they could have added a little bit more there.
Possibly. But I think that was sort of like a B story. It wasn't the main focal.
It was like a Z story. There was nothing there.
Yes. No, agreed. I think the main story is Neo coming into his own, realizing that he's been tasked with this great responsibility, and then just finding himself.
Yeah, like that's the story. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, it felt kind of just like thrown in there at the end.
Yeah,
like I knew that something was gonna happen between them, but it was like we said, it wasn't earned at all.
Yeah, no,
and Trinity like whispers something about the Oracle, and it's like, dude, whatever. You've known it for like 3 days.
Yeah, it felt like, in my mind, it was not earned, because it was like she was like in love with him because of what he was, not who he was.
Yeah, she didn't know him at all.
That's true.
She barely knew him at all. All she knew was that, oh, I'm going to fall in love with the one.
Right.
That was her prophecy, which is, God, I would have been like pissed if I went to the Oracle and that was like, oh, your prophecy is you're basically an attachment to somebody else.
Trinity's so cool, and yeah, that was her prophecy. Like, oh, you're gonna like this person. Like, that's so lame.
Yeah, that's fair.
They should have just disregarded that. It was just sort of like, oh, Neo wins everything and he gets the girl at the end too. Wow, he's on top of the world.
Yeah,
they could have done more to make them have some kind of banter.
Yeah,
where they play off each other more than just we gotta save Morpheus.
Yeah.
Exactly, and she's got some weird. She's at the end saying, "I love you, Neo." Like, what the hell are you talking about? That was probably my only like problem with the movie.
Well, maybe when you're
like
in the
really
apocalypse, In the
That's really-
AI
that's really not
apocalypse,
how
you
it
gotta move a
works.
little
Yeah.
faster.
That's not how it works.
How do you know? You're not there. You're not there.
You're
You
talking
can't
about
say.
you're talking about love. You're not talking about we gotta get ourselves off because the world may end tomorrow.
Yeah, she said I love you. Like I'm gonna fall in love with the one. Like you genuinely don't know anything about this guy.
Yeah, but it's Keanu.
It
How could you
is-
not fall in
it
love
is
with Keanu Reeves?
But that is just pure. It's just infatuation.
No, I don't know. I feel like there's worse things to be infatuated with.
Well, obviously,
then-
but it's. I'm just saying it was the romance was not earned, just sort of thrown in there. It was whatever.
It was a weak spot in an otherwise strong story.
Yes, very
Alright,
strong
fair
story.
enough, fair
otherwise.
enough,
I
fair
did
enough.
still enjoy this movie.
Yeah, they could have given them a little bit more banter between the two that showed that something was going to happen. You know, you get that in other movies where there's a lot of stuff going on, but you see that the leads there's something there. Like, I mean, we constantly bring it up with The Mummy.
Yes.
It's like you could see from the get-go there's attraction, but then they have like the little playful banter with each other throughout the whole story while all sorts of crazy stuff is going on. So by the end, when they do like kiss or whatever, it's like, okay, that's earned.
Yeah, that was strong with also the strong story. Like the two separate things. Like that was a good movie. And this was also a good movie. It's just the romance was whatever.
A little tacked on.
All right, fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I think otherwise, though, I believe this film is probably more influential as far as like people's thinking.
Yes.
Since it's come out, I mean, people still use terminology from this movie
Mm-hmm.
today when they're like, oh, did you take the blue pill or the red pill or something like
or
that.
there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Or there's a glitch in the Matrix
Yeah.
or things like that. This film has definitely made such an impact that it's
Influenced,
added to the vocabulary of the English language, basically.
Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough.
And also the thing that about this film that's interesting is it asks a question that anybody could think about and try and answer, and your answer will be different or not. Cypher was, when he was having the discussion with Smith,
Right.
he's like, I know this is
Not real.
This is not real, that this steak is made up, but
Mhm.
when I taste it, it's juicy and delicious.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
So it's like, what would you want to do? Would you want to live in a simulation, or would you want to live in a world that's like the world that those people lived in, this horrible, horrible place?
What's your answer?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know. I'd probably want to live in the simulation.
Because it's easier? Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, because it's not like as though everybody... That's like one of the things I thought was strange. It was like the first Matrix, it was a utopia where everybody was just happy.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently people couldn't buy it, so they went insane.
Mm-hmm.
But then they redid it, and you have this normal world where, I mean, there were homeless people. I mean,
Right.
that's not like really bliss. Maybe if they asked the homeless guy, "Do you want the blue pill or the red pill?" the guy would have been like, "I'll take the red pill, sure."
Yeah.
It's not like as though this place is any good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're living a nice life, like if I was living my life right now, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, this isn't real. I'm going to take you to a world where we're basically eating like what looks like oatmeal with bits of corn in it." And that's all.
That was gross.
That scene alone was enough for. I would have gone and did the same thing as that weird bald guy. That was disgusting. And
Yeah.
how long were they down there? All of them had to eat that for that long. I would have killed myself.
Yeah.
Didn't like the two brothers have to eat that for like their entire lives?
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah,
don't.
they
well,
were,
you
they
don't
were
know
like
any.
natural humans.
Right. Well, you
That's
don't know any
insane,
better,
dude.
right? You're just. This
I
is
guess.
how you're living.
Well, yeah, those two didn't know any better because they were never in the Matrix. But everybody else, oh my god! Like I knew that bald guy was not trustworthy. But
Mhm.
yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to live like that either.
All right. Fair. That's.
What
fair.
about you?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like.
Would you want this life, the life we're living right now, or would you want to be where Neo woke up?
I think I would want this life. If it's a simulation, then leave me in here. I feel like Wanda. Like, just leave me in here. Don't. This is where I'm happiest. So it doesn't. Yeah. And if it's a simulation, so be it. I think we all just mostly want the same things: to be loved and to love people and to be appreciated and respected and to be healthy and happy. And I think, yeah, I wouldn't trade that for other stuff. I know that I always say I want money, and I do want money, but not at the cost of missing out on like really timely experiences. So,
what about you, Olive? Do you want to be in this life, or do you want to be in a hover ship eating oatmeal corn?
I'd rather stay here. I'd rather die than eat whatever abomination they were eating.
Yeah, that
looks
didn't look
worse
good.
than the school cafeteria food at my school.
It looked like somebody's vomit, right?
It genuinely
With
did.
little bits of corn, because
Like,
corn is undigestible, for
Yeah.
God's sakes.
It's like baby puke.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Nasty.
And corn is so yummy, and yet,
Yeah.
just made it look so unappealing.
yeah, as you get older, your body just cannot process that. Any other closing thoughts? Do we have any thoughts on the evil AI? Like, how did the AI know to be sentient, to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna enslave all these mofos and just go off their energy?
They just said the machine started taking over,
Mm.
and before they could stop them, for some reason, people were like, "Yeah, we'll stop them. We'll blot out the sun." They'll run on solar
Humanity
power.
Again,
It's
making
like
poor
who is the
decisions.
genius guy who thought
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah.
So the robots were just like, "Okay, we got to get our power from somewhere else.
Yeah.
It's you guys now."
Exactly.
Another thing that was like funny was I remember one time a while back I heard somebody just make the argument that the machines were stupid as well, because if you needed living beings as a power source, why would you pick people? Just get cows. Just put a bunch of cows in the pods. The cows don't give a crap.
Yeah.
You're not going to have like Neo cow. It's just a cow.
Yeah, but I guess humans are
And it probably produces more energy than a human because cows are way bigger.
possibly. But when they pan out, it's like rows and fields. And
Yeah, so
just
space wasn't an
massive.
issue.
No, space wasn't an issue, I guess. But maybe because they had already harvested all these people. And then I'm assuming people age in those things. So when
they
somebody
showed
dies,
like baby pods too, didn't they?
yeah,
showed,
they
like,
had
little fetus pods.
all sizes. So then when people die,
They get turned into slurry and eaten by everybody else.
right? And then are they genetically making people? Because nobody in the pod is obviously having sex. So
They're probably just breeding humans, just
Yeah.
taking ovum and sperm and just putting
Making new
them
ones.
in a pod. And hey, look, we got another fetus. Jack it
yeah,
up.
yeah. I think I mentioned this while we were watching the film, but one of my hugest takeaways watching this film and almost like wistfully watching it now, I really wish it was that easy to just put a tube in the back of your neck and just learn shit. Because as you get older, it's just harder to learn stuff. But
That would be amazing.
that would be amazing. Whoever gets on that, please do it soon. We're definitely in AI territory these days in 2025. So somebody please get on that, upskilling, download, whatever you want to call it. Please make it happen. Okay, well, before we wrap it up, we want to ask everyone to please like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you tell us in the comments what you thought of The Matrix in the year of our Lord 2025.
Would you take, the red pill or the blue pill?
Who, me?
No, the commenters.
Oh.
We've already. Oh my goodness.
Is it time for bed? I'm tired. Olive G, 1 to 10.
Probably like a 7, I guess.
A 7.
6, 7.
6, 7. Gigi, what would you give it?
Maybe like an 8.
Yeah, I too would give it an 8. What would you say?
I'd give it an 8 as well.
Yeah, I think from where it starts to where it ends, it is still magnificent storytelling. Shout out to the Wachowski sisters now, Lana and Lilly.
I think that's what it is.
I'm very gratified that this film exists in the world. Again, 1999's The Matrix, rated R with a runtime of 2 hours and 16 minutes. And with that, we will bid you all a
Good night.
Good night.
good night.